is Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Monday, October the 30th. We are right here at the end of October, and tomorrow is Halloween. And Halloween is a nice day for kids to get out and do trick or treating. And any of these days where it's a holiday or a day like Halloween, I feel are opportunities for us to connect with others. That's an important thing that we need to do today, especially with social media and everything else, is we can have face-to-face connection with people and how powerful and positive that can be, especially in the world today where we have so much stress, it seems, that something like this, we should go that extra mile to be that much more in a positive way connecting with others. And that is a very good lead in to what we will talk about in the gospel today. So I will ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear from St. Luke chapter 13, verses 10 through 17. Jesus was teaching in a synagogue on the Sabbath, and a woman was there for 18 years, had been crippled by a spirit. She was bent over, completely incapable of standing erect. When Jesus saw her, he called to her and said, "Woman, you are set free from your infirmity." He laid his hands on her, and she at once stood up and straight and glorified God. But the leaders of the synagogue, indignant that Jesus had cured on the Sabbath, said to the crowd in reply, "There are 6 days when work should be done. Come on those days and be cured, not on the Sabbath day." The Lord said to him in reply, "Hypocrites! Does not each one of you on the Sabbath untie his ox or ass from the manger and lead it out for watering? The daughter of Abraham, whom Satan has bound for 18 years now, ought she not to have been set free on the Sabbath day from this bondage?" When he said all this, all his adversaries were humiliated, and the whole crowd rejoiced at all the splendid deeds done by him. There is a famous saying, "What would Jesus do?" Well, I think that is absolutely appropriate in the gospel today because we hear Jesus saying that he laid his hands on this woman to cure her. And what a powerful thing and healing thing touch can be. However, my friends, we live in a world now where that really is a lot more limited, maybe even not within our scope of being able to do. We can't touch people anymore on the shoulder when they're hurting. We can't hug them if they're a stranger and we don't know them very well. I've returned to the school now, and you can't even shake hands with a student. You could fist bump them. That's about it. So, what would Jesus do? Well, I think first he would shake his head almost the same way he shook his head at those who challenged him for healing on the Sabbath. And he would say, I can't really believe we're in this place, but now we need to do something about it. And above all else, friends, this is what Jesus teaches us. We need to overcome what we need to overcome to do his will in this world. So none of us are unfortunately going to overcome this lack of ability to touch, to hug others because of the sensitivities in this world today. However, we can do something else. I watch constantly everywhere I go for the greetings of others, strangers. Many times you barely get a hello out of people. Many times you'll get a good morning, but it feels like an obligation to them. There is so much of a powerful presence to us when we greet somebody with a smile, say good morning to them, and truly have sincerity behind it. Just the other day, we encountered a woman when we were walking our dogs who is a greyhound lover, so she came right over to Bella. But she was also extremely pleasant to us. And it turns out that it's a likely scenario, we're not sure, that her husband is also a big greyhound lover and they live a couple blocks from us. Well, this man can teach a course on how to be genuine, sincere, and really caring in his hello and greeting to you. Can it replace the touch that really does go so far in healing? I believe it can when we work as hard at it as this gentleman does that lives a few blocks away. I think it's something we should all think about. We should think about it not in the context of throwing up our hands and saying, well, I can't even touch anybody to make them feel better. No, again, Jesus calls us to be more vigilant, to say, no, I'm going to overcome this. And this is the way to do it. So I'm going to put a challenge out there, as I always do, to myself first and to you. And I'm going to say, go out there, greet those who you will greet today, and maybe even more so tomorrow, since we have Halloween, and really extend yourself with sincerity and care in your greeting to others. That is God's touch of healing that we can have an influence over. Well, my friends, that's my message for you on this Monday morning. I always hope it's helpful for you. If you feel it was helpful, please share it on your page for others. I always welcome your comments and your thoughts. I appreciate you being here with me each and every day. I'm going to pause for a moment or two of silent reflection, and then we will end with a prayer. Most loving Jesus, we thank you for the gift of healing. The gift of healing that you, of course, have within your power as God's Son. We know that we can also have an influence of healing others with our positive, caring, compassionate greeting towards others. Give us the wisdom we need and also the strength in our soul to make this a reality, not only this day, but every day going forward. We thank you for your wisdom and grace that you provide us every day. My friends, I wish you all a wonderful Monday, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Take care.